Hello, everyone. Um, all right, this is 6:01 by my time, right? Welcome to the webinar. We're just going to be giving a few minutes for more people to join in, right? But if you're here with me, please leave a comment just so I know that you're on here. Um, yeah, just give us a few minutes for more people to join in, and then we'll kick this off officially. But welcome to the webinar. All right. So like I said earlier, the webinar has officially kicked off. Um, you registered for the webinar, and that's obviously why you're here. If you have a friend that has registered, send the link to a friend. If you have a friend that is a local talent, say a marketer, a designer, a HR personnel, community manager, and whatnot, basically working in the no code tech space. Blurpe is a platform that connects non-technical talents to jobs. So there are jobs from, you know, all over the world, basically here in Nigeria, Canada, the UK, the USA. Basically, employers come on Blurpe to hire their talents. And so if you're looking for a job, right, Blurpe is the platform to be on. And in this webinar, I'm basically going to be talking to you about how to create a Blurpe profile. And this just takes me back to an email that I sent to the Blurp mail list, right? Which basically talked about how you might be the reason that you're not getting a job, right? Sometimes it's really by the way, this is a backstory to the webinar. Sometimes it's really not about whether or not you're well skilled. It's not about the employer. It's sometimes not even your village people pursuing you. It might just be that you're not setting up the right way. You're not tailoring your profile the way that it should be. And if you're on Blurb as a platform, it already makes it like 10 times easier. Trust me. Talents on Blurb have over time dropped reviews. I'm a content marketer, so I'm in for Blurb, and I've interviewed a number of talents that have talked about how Blurp has basically simplified the process when it comes to hiring talents and just making sure that talents get hired to a company that pays well, has a very good culture fit. So Blurp has simplified it basically. However, even with this simplified process, right, you still need to take a few steps forward by having the right profile to ensure that employers actually see you. There's a platform where you will meet employers. Just ensure that these people are seeing you the way that they should. Right. Again, we have quite a few people on here. If you and your friend registered, I know it's Friday, right? You want to go and chill and all of that, but invite them here. This is that webinar that's going to teach you how to set up your profile, how to set up your CV, upload your CV, right? In the perfect way, and basically just set you up to stand out from the crowd when it comes. Again, let's give this just say a minute, and then we'll kick off officially. Yeah. Oh, I muted. Welcome back. My name is Vera Njuti. I'm a content marketer at Blurpe, and I will be showing you how to set up your blog profile. Um, I definitely know that there are people on here, so please leave a comment just so I know that I'm not talking to myself, right? This is going to be a very participatory webinar, right? You're going to be able to ask questions even outside of setting your profile on Blurb, right? You can ask questions when the time is set to ask questions about, just what kind of skills to attach to the jobs that you will be gunning for on Blurb profile, how to upload your CV on the Blurb profile, how to sell yourself on Blurb, because it's not just about, this employer's being there. Blurb has made it again 10 times easier, right? But then, like I said earlier, you have to take some steps forward, like sell yourself, right? So I'm going to be teaching you how to sell yourself on the Blurb profile. So yeah, I've seen a comment. Um, Hi, Oyin. Hi. So without further ado, right, let's just get right into this. I would advise though that since you're on here, basically get on your phone or your PC. If you've been struggling with creating a profile on Blur, basically get on your phone or your PC. And as I go with this, right, you can do it just do it along with me, just so it's easier. I know that's what I would do, right? So let's get right into this. I will be sharing my screen so we can start from scratch. Again, send a reminder. Hi, Adebayo Busayo. Nice to have you on here. Please share the link with your friends. Share the link with your enemies as well, because they need jobs as well, like you. All right, let's get right into it. Oh, and please don't forget that you can ask questions. I would definitely let you know when it's time to ask questions, but pen them down so you don't forget them. Right, that's the purpose of this webinar. Um, a little bit of shade. I don't know what other webinars you've attended, but over here it's very participatory. Feel free, ask questions. No question is too dumb, too smart, too short, too long. The person that asks questions never gets lost. So yeah. All right, please, if you can see my screen, just say yes or just indicates that you can see it so that we can continue with this. Hello, if you can see my screen, you guys say something so I don't start and then I have to, go back. All right. Okay, let's do this. Drum rolls, even though there's no drum here. So the first thing you're going to see when you come on the Blurp platform, by the way, it's blurp.co. If you're not doing blurp.co, just go on Google and type blurp. We're gonna come out right um first on Google, click on it, and it will take you right to this page here. If you're a talent, obviously you're coming to for talent. If you're a recruiter, you're going to be hiring. This is where you'll be. But for this webinar, we're basically talking about how to set up your talent profile to enable you get jobs. So we're on the talent section, right? And you're going to be clicking Blurp for talents. It takes you onto this screen, which is basically the onboarding screen where you're going to, put in your email here, your password, and all of that. So let's just go into it. For the sake of this webinar, right, I will be using myself, the sacrificial lamb, for this webinar. Oh, hi, Olaoluwa Joseph. Hi, Olaoluwa Joseph. Welcome. I'm going to be hopping in and out just so that I can say hello to people who would also be saying stuff to me. All right, so let's go. This is the email that I'll be using, right? Please ensure that you're using an email that's your primary email line, right? This is because most of the time when we're trying to reach out to you, we will be reaching out to you via mail, right? You want to ensure that it's your email and you have total access to it. It's not some email that you have lost the password to or something. So it has to be your active email. Set up your password, right? Which I'm going to do. Let's say blurp123. Confirming your password. If you need me to go back in any way, please just comment and I will repeat that. That's why we're here. You're going to be asked how you heard about Blurp. So let's say Blurp. If you heard from social media, from a community, um, pick that. Pick whichever one applies. Blurp. Um, accept terms and conditions and privacy policy. Register. Password was it equal? Oh, okay. There was an error there. Okay. All right. So once you've imputed the right details, this is where you're at. This is the home screen, like basically where you're going to be. What you want to do is to set up your profile. Right now, as it is on this screen, this is how employers are going to be seeing you. Obviously, your name is not at Gmail, so we want to fix all of that. Put in your experience, put in your um the part where you have to sell yourself, your resume, your CV, and basically that's where we're going to right now. Um, all right. So we're going to your profile. You can either come here, click, and there's going to be a drop down where you click on your profile, or you go right here, right, and click on profile. If you're following, please just like indicate that you are so that we're on the same page if you're with me. Are we good to go? All right. Thank you so much, Oyin. Right back. All right. So this is how we changed the mine dot just be, and I feel like I need to hammer on this particular how will I put it, on this particular spot, because you find that, or I find that, or we find that when it comes to surfing through our database for talents, because it's not just, oh, employers would see you. Again, we're doing the great job of connecting talent to jobs out there, and trust me, there are not a lot of, should I say, sites, there are not a lot of companies, let me put it that way, that are going the extra lane that Blurp will go to or has gone to ensure that you're getting the right job. So it's not just our employers that would run through, the fitting talents that are matching for their, sorry, that are matching for the job, right? We also sometimes we get people who reach out to us to say, oh, we want to hire XYZ, right? So what we do is that we run through the database and see which person fits. It's a big shocker when we come on and we see, oh, for instance, mine just be. It means you haven't followed instructions, and typically they're just some markers you see to know that this profile is not going to look so great. For instance, your full name should not be this, right? And so this is where we change it. Like, you can change this, right? So right now I'm going to go in and put in my name, so this is what is going to appear instead of this. Again, pretty important, because if you leave it at just your email address, it's a big red flag for whoever is going to hire you, right? Because your full name is not your email address. And if you can't, like, from the employer side of things, if you can't impute your accurate details, how can you handle the job? Do you see the math, right? Then you come in here and then you put in your date of birth, right? Um, the year, let's say, let's go with this, right? um why is that not changing? Okay. All right. Then female, put in your age, where you fall into, your phone number. Again, please put a reachable phone number. um we don't just reach out via mail sometimes, although it's the primary method of reaching out. We can also call you. We've had situations where, we're reaching out to a talent and it's saying switched off. If you're here and if you've received my mail, right? um All right, thank you, Olalova. I can see your comment. If you're here and you've received my mail, then the last mail was literally that. Like sometimes it's really not your village people that are after you. It's just that you have blocked all channels for for the employer to reach you. Imagine you're imputing your email address. You're not putting in your primary or your active email address. So we've sent you emails or they've sent you emails and they can't reach you. And they decide, you know what? I love this person's profile so much, let me put a call through to reach out to them, and it's saying number is switched off or number busy. It's not the village people, they're innocent, right? So ensure to put in your accurate number and that it's active, right? So when you input that, again, two things I've said are very important, that are really important to employers when they're looking at a hire, right? The first thing they're going to see is your name, and then they'll see your number. Your email has to be accurate as well. Now we're going on to qualification. Choose whichever one applies. Your bachelor's degree, if it's master's, then go for that. Your years of experience, right? um the language, your primary language, please, if you can, if you're multilingual, bilingual, the general language that we all speak here in Nigeria, and even one of the most widely spoken languages in the world, is English language. So please choose English language. Yeah, you are multilingual, we get it, but English, please. Thank you very much. Your salary type, if you want to earn hourly, you state that, daily, weekly, monthly. The most popular category here for most people, is monthly, and so that's the salary type we'll be going for. And then this is where you indicate your your average salary, like what you're expecting to earn, right, on the job. If you're a content marketer, let's say you're a junior content marketer, right, you want to do some research. How much do content marketers earn in Nigeria, right? How much do junior content marketers earn in Nigeria? Say 200 to 250 to 300. That's the range you're looking for. Mid, you also do the research. Senior, you also do the research. But basically what you're putting on here is the range that you're willing to accept when it comes to jobs, right? Of course you can go lower. It doesn't mean that what you state here, it's like do or die, like this is where we're going to die, right? No, that's not it. It just shows, it's actually a very good indicator of where you're at in terms of your career, right? So definitely you can apply for something lower, you can apply for something higher. This is just the salary that you're looking to earn on here. And let's say 1 million, right? You're looking to earn 1 million naira here. Once you take that, the next is category, and this simply means what niche are you in, or what niche are you under. Advertising, there's a whole lot here, right? I'm in marketing, for instance, so I'm definitely going to pick marketing, right? Should your profile be shown to the public or should it be hidden? Again, you're not here to. This is not. I don't know. This is not Tinder, not a dating site, and even on those dating sites, they show their profiles because they want to be matched. You want to be matched to a job, so for no reason should you be clicking hide. Show all the time, always. Let me just look through to see that you're following me. Oh, you're laughing. I'm serious. This is a very serious matter. Um, anyway, back to it. Um, job title, right? Again, I know you've picked, this is the category you fall under, but under marketing, right? There are a whole lot of sub, shall I say, niches or whatever. There are a whole lot of sub categories under marketing. There's the content marketer, social media marketer rather. There's a lot basically under marketing, product marketing, growth marketing. And for me, right, I'm a content marketer, so that's what I'm going to be putting as my title, right? um and this is where you sell yourself. Now this part is how would I put this? This is your pre-CV. I like to call it this because this is not the part where I come and tell you, oh, achieve 50% retention, clinical. No, this is not the part where you do that. Although definitely you can, but then there's a slot for you to upload your CV. What you want to do here is have a compelling enough write-up that would cause your employers or people who are looking to employ folks that do what you do to take a step further and go and look at your CV, right? So as much as possible, put in the words you want to know, the sellable words that are used in your industry. For instance, as a content marketer, I do know that around like my job, right, employers are interested in people who can tell a good enough brand story, are good with SEO, have copywriting under their belts, can collaborate with across different like fields, right? Say collaborate with the social media marketer, with the community manager. Just basically these are the sellable words, right? In content marketing. So what you want to do, again, this is super important. If you're following me, please say that you are, just so that I know. You're following. Thank you so much, Owi. So yes, back to it. Please sell yourself. Like, even on X, right? A lot of ex influencers, or what have you, they always say it: if you don't sell yourself, who will? Right? Don't be shy. Shoot at those people. They are looking for people to shoot at them. So take your gun and do pow, 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 pow everywhere, and make sure that you don't leave there with anybody, that like there's nobody there that hasn't heard about what you're basically saying, right? So two things I've said, right? Because again, you've done the necessary part. The parts above, right, just they basically have guidelines. Full name, you put your full name, but this is the part where we've left it up to you, right? What you put here is what they're going to see. Again, there has been numerous encounters and experiences. For instance, you now put content marketer on here, that's your job title, and in sell yourself, you are saying that you are a Okay, hi guys, sorry. I'm back. There was a bit of a network glitch. Yes, network glitch, but I'm back. So let's just get back to um yeah, let's get back to it. All right. I'm going to wait for you guys to realize that I'm back on before I proceed. Okay, thank you, Owen. Can you hear me though? Because I know Olaoluwa was saying that she couldn't hear me at some point. So I just want to. Okay, we're together. Awesome. Besides, you deserve a kiss. Mwah. Thank you so much. Let's proceed. So yeah, in the sell yourself section, I've spoken extensively about how you need to sell yourself. I've written something, right, that I would just copy and paste on here, but we'll go through it together. Cool. Cool. Okay. So as you can see in this section, right, there is, I wouldn't say that personally, and this is me speaking personally, I wouldn't say that there's one size, this shoe is a one size fit all shoe. I wouldn't say that, right? Because different things work for different people. I for instance, because of let's say because of my experience, or because of the kind of personality type that I have, I'm a pretty conversational person. I don't know if you guys can even tell, because I've been yapping and yapping and yapping since, right? So it means even with employer, right, if I do have an interview, right, I want to make sure that it's a conversation, it's a conversational setting, right? We're talking, you're asking me questions, I'm answering, basically participatory. And that's the approach I take towards selling myself. So you do you. It doesn't mean that, oh, because I'm putting this right now, that's exactly the same thing you have to copy. Right. So which is why I have a hello there, right? It's a conversation. You're on my profile because I fit the description. So you're on my profile. Hello there. My name is Vera, a content marketer with 4 years of hands-on experience in content marketing. I've crafted compelling narratives and innovative strategies across fintech, e-commerce, logistics, and human resources. Let me take a pause there. Now, remember I said that in the sell yourself section, it's not just about coming to write. You have beautiful writing skills. Love it for you. But you want to do research. You'd find out that there are keywords compelling, let me highlight that, compelling narrative, right? Innovative strategies, right? And I'm going on to mention the different sectors that I have worked in: fintech, e-commerce, logistics, human resources. These are the keywords. You can't say you're a content marketer and you don't know how to put up, interesting stories or tell stories from like really compelling angles that will make people read, or you don't know how to come up with strategies to say, okay, you know what, this is the strategy that I want to take to improve, the blog engagement, that I want to take to improve, XYZ, achieve this through blog, achieve this through whatever medium that I would be handling content from, right? So these are the keywords. You don't want to, how do I put this now? You don't want to just throw words out there. Do your research, very important. Mention the industries you've worked in, important as well. And then I go on to say, I have a keen interest in translating corporate comms into engaging pieces that move the needle for organizations I've worked with. This is sell yourself. In fact, I'm not coming here to come and write essay to you. What I'm telling you is that I can do the job, so you should hire me, right? Are we following? If you're following me, please say something so I know that I'm not yapping to myself. Um, yeah. Oh my god, I realized I haven't actually been showing the responses. But if you're following me, please say something. I'll take a breather if you want me to touch on some things that I've talked about before. And yeah. Um okay, Bushaya says she's with me. Awesome. Thank you, Olaoluwa. Thank you, Busayo. So let's just go on with this. Um yeah, so you want to use words, like I said, or keywords that describe you and how best you can fit the role. So far, my journey has equipped me with a unique blend of skills that have equipped me to both drive brand engagement and conversions in diverse sectors. SEO, again, be strategic. This thing has to do with sense, right? So allow them catch you off guard, right? SEO, copywriting, the ability to work across board with designers, social media managers, formulate content strategies, amongst others, are benefits that come with having me on board. For more of my work achievements, you should take a look at my CV/resume. Now you have to be smart with these things. Again, you have your CV and resume. I find that a lot of people go on and just put it on there. It's fine. Again, I've said, do you, as long as it sells your market. That's what you're here to do, right? But what you want to do is not burden yourself with doing repetitive work over and over again. So you see that I've stylishly just listed out some of my skills, although you can find it in my resume, you can find my CV. I've given you a preview, and that's even a marketing technique or a sales technique, right? You know, when you go to a restaurant and they're like, oh, you've had the main meal, lovely spag, lovely pasta, lovely stir fry food, whatever they sell in restaurants these days. And without asking, this very fine waiter comes and drops like a plate of sweet dessert on the table, and it's like, oh, complimentary on the house. And since it's free, who no like free thing, right? You pick up your fork, take a dip it in, and take a bite, and it's like, oh, yummy, you've had like a taste now, but this one was not enough. So you want to say, you know what, how much is this, can I get a plate? Yeah, they give you a taste so that you get a plate. I'm rhyming, but anyway, let's move on from that. This is not a rap battle. um so yeah, what I've done is to give them a taste of what I can do. And even though how do I put this now? I've given them a taste of what I can do, yes, but I'm still going to nudge you because as a marketer that I am, have I done my job right if I'm not giving you a CTA? I'm telling you, sure, these are the things I can do, but you want to taste more, go and look at my CV and resume because that will do more of the convincing. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? That will do more of the conviction that you want. It will convince you more to see, oh, you want to hear the numbers, 50% retention in that. I've been able to achieve 100% brand awareness. Sure, go to my CV, right? And then I go on to end it with, let's connect if you're looking for a content marketer who can turn ideas into reality and drive your brand forward with strategic and engaging content. Capish? I'm not. There's no way I'm going to see this. In fact, if you ask me now, will you hire yourself? Of course, yes. I would hire myself, right? So that's what you basically want to do. Um, Again, please, I love like comments just to know that I'm not talking to myself and I'm not a terrible teacher. If I'm a terrible teacher, please, you can also say that here, but I know it's a lie. So yeah, say something. That would be very helpful. Okay, so after this segment, right, about the tell us about yourself segment, we're going to social network. Um, your LinkedIn basically, because that's the social media platform for professionals. It's the corporate media platform. You want to put in the accurate, again, please, with links, with names. I'm sorry, with links, with names, you want to ensure that they're accurate so that when they click on it, right, it's not taking them to refreshing or 404, like wrong page or something. Ensure you put the accurate one. If possible, test it out before you even put it on the platform. Again, I'm just going to go over and copy the link to my LinkedIn page and just have it on there. Okay. Mm, please give me a bit. All right. So I've copied this and I'm just going to come on here and paste it. This is my link. This is the link to my LinkedIn profile. So when employers click on it, it's going to take them right to my LinkedIn page. Let me just check that you're with me. Thank you, Oinko. I'm not a bad teacher. God bless you. Okay, back here. This is where you put in your contact information. Again, this part is important. Please, if you're in Nasarawa, just say you're in Nasarawa. There are jobs from all over. We've hired from, you would on, like, I don't even want to say unthinkable places because these places are locations actually. But you would be so surprised to hear that people want to hire, like, a regional manager. They want to hire this state manager. Like, you would be surprised. So clicking on another location, it's like, don't do that, right? You're in Lagos, say you're in Lagos, you're in Anambra, say you're in Anambra, you're in Abuja, you're in Abuja, right? And obviously, again, as with the salary range or the salary, yeah, as with the salary range that you've put in right earlier, it doesn't mean because you're in a particular location, only jobs for that location. That is only the jobs for another location or that particular location rather that you can apply to. You can certainly apply to jobs that are in other locations. We've had people who, have said, oh, in the interview they're willing to relocate and all of that. So please, this doesn't limit you. It just helps to let the recruiter know that this is where this person is based at, and they will definitely reach out to you if they love you well enough and want to ask you, are you open to relocating? We offer accommodation, we offer this, these are the privileges to the hiring, to the job and all of that. So please state your location. How did you hear about Blurb? Again, there are different channels that you could have heard about Blurb. Maybe you heard about us from you know, the horse's mouth. Blurp. You heard about us from social media or you heard about us from any one of those communities, please indicate accurately. Blurb from Blurb. Here you're going to be uploading your CV. Now this CV thing is a whole lot. I would say that personally, we're working on a blog post where we're going to teach you how to create your CV from beginning to the end. On my own end, just giving a sneak peek. Don't tell anybody I said this, right? Hopefully by either the end of the month or the first week of next month, there will be a blog post on how to create your CVs because the CVs out there, They're not CVing. All right, guys, let's tell ourselves the truth. They're not CVing. So you want to learn how to create like accurate seller killer CVs, right? That will do the job, get you the job, right? But for now, just upload a good CV that talks about your work background. Again, CV is all about selling yourself, right? What you have achieved and what you have accomplished. Just a sneak peek in your CVs, right? Don't just put the job title and say, oh, from this year to this year. You want to also include some of the achievements you've done. If you helped the company increase their email list from 0 to 2,000, that's what you should be putting. As a marketer, email marketing is a very big skill that people are chasing after, because a lot of conversions go on via email marketing. It's not old at all. Email marketing sells, right? You guys are on here because you are, I mean, we sent you a mail and you clicked sure, yes, I want to be here. So a lot of conversion goes on via email. If you helped them increase their users from 0 to 1,000, 1,000 users, you convinced 1,000 people to use a product, put it on your CV. These are things you want to put on your CV, apart from just putting, oh, content marketer at this company, 2001 2024. Nah, right? So that's just like an aside outside of all of this. But yes, you want to upload your CV. Again, the acceptable formats, let me just take this off. The acceptable formats are PDF, Doc, and DocX. Again, the most popular one is the PDF format, right? So please try as much as possible to just keep it to the PDF. At least that's what I did or I've done. That's what I'm doing here and showing you. So yeah. Again, I have a CV for this webinar purpose, right? That's why it's titled CV for webinar. Otherwise, please just let it be your name or whatnot. A CV is a CV anyway. Here you want to add your skills. Now, I want to say that please, especially with the section that you sold yourself, right? You've already put all of this. Don't now spoil this and now come and put, for instance, you can see when I read through the parts where I've said compelling strategies, compelling narratives, innovative strategies across fintech, across edutech, all the techs in the world. Don't now come here and come and spoil it by putting maybe the skills you now put to be hospitality. It doesn't correlate with content marketing. So the skills you want to put on here are skills that are relevant to the job. Again, relevant to the job. Please don't forget. And this is where I should also actually add that pick one side. It's just like your CV, right? And please link this, because honestly, these things are very intertwined. Like your CV, if you're applying for the role of a growth marketer, your CV should cover roles that are related to growth marketing, if not even growth marketing. So if you've done growth marketing in the past, right, your CV should be centered on, oh, worked here as a growth marketer, worked here as a growth associate, worked here as yada yada yada, related to growth. So in no way should your CV for that you be attaching to your profile that obviously says you're a content marketer, in no way should the CV now be product marketer. Doesn't correspond, right? And again, please, you are at liberty to upgrade, adjust, in fact, do anything to your profile, because it's your profile, right? If you have gone along the path in your career where you're upgrading and all of that, you're upskilling as well, this is open. You're going to have the opportunity to come here and just change it to fit whatever point in your career that you are. So let's get right into skill. So as a content marketer, right? I mean, content. There's content in email. So email marketing. How good are you? This ranges from 1 to 100, right? So we're just going to be imputing any number. Let's say 80, right? I'm coming here, add another skill, right? The title of that skill, and you're seeing this because, please, you're seeing this because I've filled it before. You will not see like any of this. This is going to be empty. So you'll be filling it as it is. This is just showing up. These suggestions are showing up because I've had my profile before. I just had to delete it and comic starts from the beginning for the purpose of this webinar, right? So brand storytelling, let's do 100. Again, please be accurate, because when they now give you the job, don't this one is just for example, though. Don't feel anything, because when they now give you the job, and you cannot perform, it's going to be a problem. So please feel the accurate thing. Add another skill. SEO, let's do 90, right? Add another skill. Interviewing, again, these are skills that are relevant to my own job. Um, those are the skills that I'm adding. Um, back another skill. Let me see. SEO. Okay, yeah. So the interviewing part didn't go in, so I'm just going to be doing that. Um, add another skill. Again, this is showing because I've done it before. Please impute skills that are relevant and impute the right extent of expertise that you have in this skill, right? If it's and again, please, there are skills that you have that are better than other skills, right? So in all of this, right, they are obviously like on my LinkedIn, I'm pretty sure I have like 30 something skills. However, if I'm at 20 something in one skill, I have no business putting 20 something here because this is sell yourself or be sold. Or I don't even know how to put it. Sell yourself or not be sold. Exactly. Kind of situation, right? So you have no business putting those ones, like, the ones you're still learning. Sure, fine, learn them. When you finish learning them to at least above 50 or above 60, right? I personally go for even above 70. When you finish learning, then that's a personal thing. 50 is half mark. If you get a 50 over 100 in an exam, you didn't fail. You're at half. But I would go for like a 70, right? So if I've learned a skill to the point where, oh, I have mastery to like say a 70 over 100, then that's when I can put it here. So please select the skills that you have mastery over. This is just like sense, like, you understand. So yeah, UX writing. I have skill in UX writing. I've done copies for websites, for apps. That's definitely a skill I want on there, right? That's an added skill. So yes. Now, please, this last part, I'm going to highlight it just so that you see it. But let me just again check that you're following me and that we're together. Oh, Busayo has a question. Busayo has a question. But let me like oh my god, Busayo has a question. Okay, let me show that. She says, in a situation where you have a couple of niche or niches, like you are a customer personnel and a digital marketer, is it possible for both to go together? Um, it's possible for both to go together on the same profile, or does Blurpe allow multiple profiles? Okay, I think somehow, some way, I sort of answered that. Now, this can go with your expertise in terms of what's it called? In terms of how well you can coin it. I personally would say, for instance, right? Um, okay, Olalo is saying yes, but I don't know what Olalo is saying yes to. So maybe you might want to clarify for me. But let's go back to the question, right? Olalo, please drop something just so I get context of what you're trying to say. So yeah, I personally would say this. Let me use myself as an example, right? I'm a copywriter, right? I have got you're following. See, you're a star. You're a star girl. You're more star than star what's it called? Star seasoning. That's for you. Um anyway, so I personally write, I'm a copywriter. I'm also a content marketer. People will argue that, oh, copy is still content, right? It's the briefer form of content. However, it's different. People hire for you hire for different things. Like you go on LinkedIn and you find people who have built career off of um copywriting. Just because I'm both doesn't mean, how would I put it, one doesn't diminish the other. However, I'm very aware of certain things that make whichever one of them stand out for me. So I can decide to go by what's it called? I can decide to go by content marketing. And my reason for going by content marketing or being um or putting in content marketing as my job title, or even on social media saying I'm a content marketer instead of saying, oh, I'm a copywriter, could be one. Maybe content marketing right now is paying me more than copywriting. It could be, oh, this is the career path I want to build on. I want to be known as a content marketer. And half the time, I promise you, designers, HR managers, um um marketers have more than one skill. I mean, I know someone that is currently like, a big hotshot head of marketing, but when he wants to reel out his skills, he's going to tell you, I'm very good at copywriting, I'm very good at digital ads, that's paid ads, I'm very good at XYZ. But he chooses to identify as a lead over those things, right? if he's going to sell himself today, he's going to sell himself not just as this particular niche, but as the prominent one out of all of them. So I would say that this is where you have to have a discussion with yourself, because if you have to, sure, have to, but at the end of the day, I don't know, I don't think the database allows you to do that, and you want to be known for one thing, right? However, it's an internal discussion. Which one stands out more for you? Which one do you want to build a career path on, or a career path in, right? Any one of the English that applies. And then decide to shoot for that one. After all, like, we're all building a career, aren't we? And at the end of the day, there are other platforms where you can, like, say your Twitter, X, whatever. And when they employ you for one, it's possible to do a referral. See, personally for me, on my Twitter, I talk about these things. If I did like a very good copy and I'm putting it on there to say, oh, Omo, I did this particular stuff and it ranked really and it did really well. Like, it drove it drove retention, it drove awareness, it drove this. I'm quick to say that if I shoot a mail and I get, say, I think the other day I shot a mail, right, and it got over 50 something point something, like, open rate. And I checked Google. I remember checking Google like a while back to see that the average open rate is 20 something point something, and I, like, which means I beat average, right? Like, I was on X, like, instantly, because I'm trying to build myself, right? X instantly saying, oh my god, I got this particular open rate. I got this particular open rate via email. There are people looking at it. I've had people who reached out to me to say, oh, I want to hire you based on what I see that you're always constantly updating your socials on. So your job or your career growth is not just limited to, oh, just, okay, it has to be everything you're doing, put it on one platform. It's cross. That's why it's cross. See, platforming, I would say now, it's basically just cuts across platform, for the best, for lack of a better word. So I hope that in some way I've been able to answer your question, Busayo. I really hope that you're still here, because you said your battery was low. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. And if you're here, please say something, just so I know that you got the answer to the question. So I would advise, just to wrap up, I would advise that you pick one and go hard or go home. You can as well still change if you want to. And, again, your platform is not, your profile rather, is not dormant. You can switch it up whenever you want to. So yes, I've gone on to fill in all my details, looking good, looking sweet. And this is where I was at before the question, right? You would notice that this is still showing my email address, and that's not something that I want, right? Your email address is not your name. Sure, you will say this is a profile URL, but trust me, you have no idea the tiny details that employers are looking out for. So as much as possible, you want to be on the right scale. I repeat, you want to be on the right scale. So this is where you can edit it. You click on edit right here, and you can just clear this and put in your name, which is what I'm doing right now. And you click on save. Gonna take a couple of seconds and it should show, right? But this is very essential. I say very because, sure, you're filling the right things, but the things that employers notice are very minute, and if you can change it in an instant, it wouldn't cost you anything, then please do it, right? Just to ensure you're good. I'm cross-checking my details just to ensure that I've put in the right things. Name is accurate, all of this stuff. My profile is showing. It's not hiding, because I'm not trying to hide from my enemies. Blurpe, all of the skills are there, and then I'm clicking on save profile. When you click on save profile, right, you can see that it's loading on here, right? This is loading to show that, or what you clicked on is trying to save. So yeah, let's give it a few seconds to do that. In the meantime, okay, thank you so much. Glad that you were there for the answer of the question. Okay, so you can see that profile has been successfully updated, right? Again, please toe the line or toe the path of Busayo, right? If you have questions, just put them on the comment section and I will definitely answer the question. Okay, back. Now I've done all of this, right? It has reflected. You can see that before it was showing minne.justbe, which was my email address. Now it has changed. This is what you want to, this is what, by the time you're done here, This is what should show here, right here. Right now, we're going on to resume, and resume is where you're going to be putting in your work experience and all of that. Um, First thing is your education. Now, again, this is the touchy part for you to be on here. And this is serious, please. I don't think anybody should laugh, right? Even though my face is looking like it's laughing. Um, for you to be on here, you you attended primary school, you attended secondary. Leave it out of this. Leave your primary school teachers out of this. Leave your secondary school teachers out of this. Just put in the relevant one, which starts from your, either your poly, your uni, your college of education. Let's start with that. That's enough. Do you understand? Like, let's not do too much. We're not trying to do too much over here, right? So here you're going to be putting in your title. If it's BSc, you know, the medicine or whatever, put that in. Mine is BA English. I feel like this thing is going to expose me a lot because you guys are just going to be seeing everything about me, but that's fine. BA English. The uni academy just really means what the name of the uni, name of the polytechnic, name of the college of education, or whichever one that you attended. I attended Obafemi Awolowo University. Should I even be using my personal dates? It's fine. Your year of graduation, right? And description. Here you basically just want to talk about, and this one I'll be talking about is just so that we don't waste too much time. We're already like, when I keep clicking on that, we're already 53. Oh, you stop laughing at me, it's not funny. We're already 53 minutes in, and I'm trying to keep this under an hour, right? So basically here you're just putting in your details to say, oh, studied English, where I learned about. Again, I don't want to type this, right, for lack of time. For instance, I studied English. I again, everything you're doing should be tied to a purpose. It's tied around what makes you fit for the job. So if you studied English, right, it says I studied English, communication, writing. I learned all of that in school. This is where you put that. In my so and so in uni, I learned I learned XYZ. Put that in. But again, as much as they are trying to explain, I wanted to say shall I, but as much as you're trying to do that, you want to keep it succinct, right? Because studies show that people glance through a particular writing in less than like in nanoseconds. So you want to keep this succinct, but also touching on points that make this particular job like put together, right? And makes you relevant for whatever role or whatever job title you say that you can do. Again, please start from your uni or poly or college or whatever. And then if you've taken a special course, you want to add that. Let's say you took an online course, please add that. It's relevant. Like, certifications are relevant. Most people look at that, right? If you've done your master's, add that. You've done your PhD, go ahead to add that as well. And then over here is where you come to add your experience. Now, I would say there are two things. Remember that when I talked about the profile section, I told you that, oh, I notch in the sell yourself section, I notch people to go and look at my profile. Some people don't go that route, and it's important I say that just so that you don't think that there's one way to like different destinations, right? So yeah, what some people do is they come here and they list out. You see that part where I was like, oh, leave the 50% retention for your CV. Some people come here to do that. So you see people saying things like, oh, this is the job title. Let's say content and growth associate, started this year, ended this year. Again, please, accurate information. I'm saying this because you can come here and put wrong information. Maybe you want to lie now. You breathe, want to lie, and you forget that your LinkedIn is carrying a different information. Why is LinkedIn wishing you happy anniversary when you say you've ended the job? Do you see that? You're not a good liar. You're getting caught. And that's not what you want, right? Um, so yeah, please again ensure totally accurate information. The company, the name of the company, right? You want to impute that, and then you want to describe. This description, please, is not about the company. It's not about your journey towards wherever you are. This description is for where you're going to say, oh, in my time here, achieved 40%, yada yada yada, all the numbers. Add the numbers here, the achievements you made for the company. This is where you want to put that in. Again, Please don't be shy with your achievement. This is what people are looking at. If you, and this is something I want to add as an addition to, this webinar. um I want to add that it's possible that you don't know the numbers. When I started, I really couldn't, numbers weren't my thing. Like, there's a reason I studied English. I'm not a numbers girl. But in marketing, you will have to like numbers. You will like it. So some people don't like numbers, like me in the beginning, but you're going to have to learn. If you know that at least during your stay, maybe you helped bring, say, 1,000 people on. If you don't want to go by 1,000 people, just go on Google and type, oh, what is the percentage equivalent of this 1,000 people, and put that in percentages. If you're a percentage girl, put that in percentage. If you're a number, strictly plain numbers girl or numbers guy, put that in whatever format you're capable of. But as much as possible, indicate the number. Sure, you can do storytelling, you can do say strategies. That's sweet to hear, but how did that help the company, right? How was that helpful to the institution that hired you, that was paying you? How did that move the needle for them? These are the things you want to take note of, both in your CV and in on your experience section, which is on your profile here. How did that help? This is something you want to state. Do not shy away from it. If you have to go on Google to research, how to word, your achievements, do that. Off the top of my head, I can tell you a tip would be to mention your achievements using like using verbs, right? Use the doing words. Achieved, did. Don't put up a story. You can also put them in points to say, oh, this is how you might want to put them. Something like this, right? And you write, oh, achieved 50% retention rate during 50% retention rate in 6 months. Go ahead and put another, that you can put it in this, format, right? What I'm saying is basically put in your achievements. Wait, please leave me alone. Again, if you're following me, please, now is a good time to indicate. I've been preaching and talking and talking. I would like to know that you're with me and that I'm not just yapping and yapping. I'm talking to people who are following me. So please drop a comment. I'll just take a breather so that you can drop a comment to show that you're following me. And I'll continue. Also, please, if you're enjoying this, state that motivates me. Motivates me. Thank you so much. So yes, waiting for your comments so that I can continue. Know that I'm not speaking to myself. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you're enjoying it. See why I told you that you're a star. You are a star, and I know that you are. That's a joke. If you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, forget about it. Anyway, um, yeah, the description. Again, if you have another experience, just replicate and input the right details, right? Your portfolio, we've done the CV part, right? We've done the CV part where we had to input in PDF format, in doc or docx format. Here, if you have a portfolio, it's really important that you upload it. For lack of time, I won't be going that route to do the uploading and all of that, but this is where you want to put in your portfolio, right? Just click on browse and or whatever shows in your own PC, right? And just upload um your portfolio. The next will be your awards. All those awards they've given you: best employee of the year, most dressed of the year. Again, please, some people are different. Some people might think, kilo comic look best dressed. What's my business? So just be mindful, right, of the kinds of awards you're going to be uploading on here. Best employee definitely speaks well of your time in the company, of how valuable rather you are to the company for them to even award you best employee of the year, best contributor of the year, most ideative, best in communication. These are things you want to put in, right? You know and if you have led, like, if you've done, maybe in school, let's say you were a class rep or something, and they give you an award, it definitely shows that you're good with people management. As if your job role or your job title falls under HR, that's something that's relevant. You managed like people, that's thumbs up, right? You want to add that. So basically, Again, the keyword around this webinar is just add things that are relevant, accurate, and relevant. Accurate, relevant, and that sells you. Three things. Please don't forget: accurate, relevant, and it sells you, because you're here to sell your market, right? And then you go on here to click on save resume. Again, it's loading to show that what you're doing is being saved. So we're just going to give it a couple of minutes. In the meantime, Oinkom, please, I'm pretty sure you got awards. I'm pretty sure you got awards. So don't mind yourself. Please don't mind yourself. God, when I go get award, you awards Lomoye. But in case you did not get, I say President General among the nations. There you go. You're welcome. Um So yeah, again, here we are, right? Showing resume has been successfully updated, which means whatever you've done is successful. Let's take a look. Now, I'm assuming that I've done all of this, so please, I'm assuming you've done all of this when you're filling yours through, because I didn't do this because I'm running on a time crunch, right? Um, let's go and take a look at this. Again, you're going to dashboard to take a look at all your work. Sorry, profile, view profile, to take a look at your work. And here, voila, right? Um, your work, I will drag you, I will never leave you. Oi, oi. Again, all your work. This is where I filled content marketer. You can see that it's showing my name, not MINNE dot just B. If you fall under this category, that's your email that's showing here. I've shown you how to change it. Please change it. My location, Lagos, is showing. How much I'm looking, the money I'm looking to earn from here. 1 mil per month, showing on here, date of birth showing on here, about me. This is it, right? This is everything about me. You can see the salary, my experience, time, gender, age, qualification, sorry, language. Again, I get it. You speak more than one language is cool, but make sure that even if you're going to upload more than one self, right, it's English. I think it's even just one that's allowed, right? English language is the general language. During the interview, when your employer or prospective employer contacts you, you can definitely make that known if it's essential to the job title or to the job that they'll be employing you for. My email is on here. The phone number, it's hiding some digits, but you can definitely click show and voila, it's going to show on there. My LinkedIn page, again, as you can see, people can easily come on here to click. See, sorry, I just wanted to show you that. Let me take it back. Yeah, I just wanted to show. Hey, blood of Jesus. Okay, yeah, just to show you again, I clicked on that and you could see what it even showed. Let me even use that as an example. See, Veranjote, and I do have a LinkedIn profile. Thank God for this. Actually, this is to show you what could happen, and the employer is probably looking to hire, right? Hire like for a role. They have like numerous people to run through. Again, there are people that are on here on the page and have like a very good enough profile, right? And obviously they click on yours and it's not showing, they're not going to be clicking and clicking again. Logical thing to do, or the next logical thing to do, will be to go to another person's profile. So don't be like me, right? Or don't be like this hypothetical situation. um yeah, don't be like this hypothetical situation. Have a correct, accurate link. Again, I said three words: accuracy, relatable, and it should apply to selling yourself. Let it be centered around these three things. Again, please save your CV with the accurate name. This CV is titled CV for webinar because it's the CV I'm using to set up this profile, right? But you want to name it Vera CV if it's in your case. Say Messiah CV, Oyin CV, or whatnot. This is where the education will pop up. If I had done the description, taking time out to do the description, you'd have seen that somewhere here, just after the uni name, right? And also if I had taken time out to fill out the achieve this clinical, put all of that, you'd have definitely seen that here. You can go ahead to list as many work experience as you can list out. Again, relevance, accuracy, please. And then all the skills I listed out in whatever percentages, you can see them here. Email marketing 80%, brand storytelling 100, SEO 90, interviewing 80, yada yada yada, XYZ. And this is your profile. In fact, this is what your employers will see. If you've set up your profile in such a way that it's sellable, it depicts your capacity as a talent. This is what they should see. And if you're on the recruiting end, right, the recruiters, what they would see is send a message directly. You don't even need to stress. They will just click on contact and they will contact you. Sweet and swift. It's the reason why your profile has to be spot on, right? Please, like, this is super important. If in any way, right, you missed out on what I was saying before, this is going to be on YouTube. Like, it's there, like, standing strong. So you can always go back to watch this. And this is still alive. Obviously, we're still here, so you can ask me as much questions as you want to. But we're on a time crunch as well. So please, let's say we can take, say, 3 questions, or let's say 5 questions, if it's even up to five. But yeah, that's about it on setting your CV. Right. Let me see if we have questions. Does anyone have any question for me? Please indicate that you have a question for me if you have a question for me. Otherwise, it means I've done a very beautiful job. All right. Should I wait a bit to see if there are questions? Awesome. So thank you so much, Oyin. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So that brings us to the end. When you've been talking so much, you might want to blow blunders, but God is with us. All right, so that brings us to the end of this webinar. My name is Vera on Duty, and I'm a content marketer at Blurpe. Blurpe is that platform that connects you to jobs from all over the world, non-technical jobs from all over the world. So you're in content marketing, you're in design, you're a community manager, you're a product designer, you're a HR personnel, you're in sales, you're in business development. You want to have a platform on Blurpe because employers are on Blurpe to hire the next best fit. Um, you can go to our page, right? Just type Blurpe on Google and we're going to come out, or go to blurp.co. If you head over to the blog section, you see that we've interviewed talents who have been successfully matched to jobs. I've also interviewed companies, right? To basically talk on, the range of talents that they employ from Blurp. But this is particularly for talents. So one thing I want to say, or I want to make sure that I put out here, is the fact that as much as we're connecting talents to job opportunities, we're also very much eager and concerned about the cultural fit. So we don't just leave you. Basically, when you get attached, when you get matched to a job, or following through with you to ensure, oh, are you okay with this? How's the culture fit? How are you going? How are you faring? How's the job faring? How are you faring as a talent? Because we care, right? That's the point. And I know this sounds cliche, but we actually care. We're not Yoruba men. We care for real, right? So again, thank you so much for coming on the webinar to learn. This is going to be on our YouTube page, so you can always come back to rewatch it. Until next time when we have another webinar. Also, please, before I forget, please ensure to follow us. We're on socials. We're on X at TryBlurp. We're on Instagram at TryBlurp. YouTube, you're here, so you can as well click the subscribe button so that you get informed about things like this. Yeah. So you can follow us on socials, like I just mentioned, and you can run through our blog just so you have a taste of the different content that we have on there. We've interviewed like numerous people that you can learn from as a marketer, and just tips for the no-code industry as well. All of this talk brings us to an end to the webinar titled How to Create Your Blog Profile. It's been a delight to show you how to do that. So yes, thank you for coming. Have an awesome night. Bye.